these are two people who both talk about transparency. It runs through the articles totally. Assange is talking about transparency, greater transparency, not total, of the government. He'll never have a lot of transparency, but he wants more. Zuckerberg is in favor of voluntary transparency, no real limits. And he says he has a blind spot on privacy. And really, total transparency of the public is not impossible. Now, that article in Time started with this anecdote. They're sitting in their transparent cubicle, in their open space in Facebook. And who bursts in but one man? I thought I'd be the only man with a tie on tonight, but like Robert Mueller was the one man in the room with a tie on, and he was older in a suit. And he comes in and he says, I was just in the building and I wanted to say hello to Mark Zuckerberg. So he says hello to Mark Zuckerberg, a little chit-chat, and then he leaves. And everybody's saying, what the hell was that? Now, nobody asks the question, why was Mueller in the building? He's the head of the FBI. Who was he seeing in the building? To what effect? The question didn't seem to be asked, including in the transparent. But later in the article, which has some interesting questions in it, makes the following point. Google, Facebook, Twitter, but they're talking about Facebook, have an unparalleled database about the desires, the likes, the preferences, the values, everything else of people in the world, including the U.S., bigger than the FBI, they asserted. He said, Mueller is lusting after, is very anxious to get that, and will come with...
Tonight, Congress today reauthorized funding for Facebook, the massive online surveillance program run by the CIA. According to Department of Homeland Security reports, Facebook has replaced almost every other CIA information gathering program since it was launched in 2004.
After years of secretly monitoring the public, we were astounded so many people would willingly publicize where they live, their religious and political views, an alphabetized list of all their friends' personal email addresses, phone numbers, hundreds of photos of themselves, and even status updates about what they were doing moment to moment. It is truly a dream come true for the CIA.
Much of the credit belongs to CIA agent Mark Zuckerberg, who runs the day-to-day Facebook operation for the agency. The decorated agent, codenamed the Overlord, was recently awarded the prestigious Medal of Intelligence Commendation for his work with the Facebook program, which he has called, quote, the single most powerful tool for population control ever created.
Facebook overhauling its messaging services, the social media giant, to integrate WhatsApp, Instagram, and Facebook Messenger, so its underlying tech infrastructure is banded together. That's according to a report in the New York Times. Guest host for the hour, Ed Lee. He is a New York Times media reporter and a CNBC contributor. Ed, how do we think about this? I mean, are they kind of hiving off kind of legacy Facebook and saying this is everything else? Is there a business purpose, or is it part of the whole privacy?
It's a great question. I think it's really complicated in terms of just the mechanics of what this is. So to start, to be clear, it's really a merging of the back end, the technology infrastructure. The front end is going to look the same to you. If you're a WhatsApp user, it's still going to look the same. You can still contact people the same way. The key difference, though, and this is where it ultimately starts to bleed into each other, is that there's a chance the way that they're designing it, that as a WhatsApp user, I could message you on Facebook. If